does nothing ever work around here? Oh, hi, I was just... Never mind. Welcome to another episode of Music Lessons with Mr. Geer. Today, our lesson's going to be about harmony. First, I'm going to teach us the definition of harmony and how it's different from melody, what we learned last episode. Then I'm going to teach us how we describe harmony in music and the different kinds of harmony that we hear. And last but not least, I'm going to teach us how musicians use harmony in music and why they use it. It's that time again. Time to hit the intro. I think it would do us well to start with a flashback of melody, what we learned last lesson. A melody is a series of single notes playing from one to the next. Now that we remember that melody is a single line of notes moving from one to the next, let's talk about harmony. Harmony is when there are multiple lines of notes moving at the same time. It can be like having two melodies at once. Think of an orchestra. There are many different instruments playing at the same time. The flute player could be playing one line that sounds like this. The clarinet player could be playing another line that sounds like this. Individually, they're both playing their own melody part. But together, we have harmony. There used to be this famous music composer who used to love to write music that had multiple melodies all happening at the same time. Beethoven, you had some really great harmony, but I'm not actually talking about you this time. So, anyway. I'm talking about Johann Sebastian Bach, or as we call him in music, Bach. Bach would write pieces that had 4 melodies happening at once. Sometimes he would write these 4 melodies to be sung together. Other times he'd write these melodies to be played on the keyboard by one person. Bach's music is extremely difficult and I cannot play his music on piano by myself. Here's someone who can, Glenn Gould. Now that we have a general idea of what harmony is and what it sounds like, let's talk about more of the specific words that we use when describing harmony in music. We know that if I play one note at a time, it's called a note. So lonely. One note by itself. But to create harmony, to make him feel better, we need to add other notes. So 2 notes at the same time is harmony, and we call that a chord. A chord is multiple notes played at the same time. Here's 2. The cool thing about chords is that you can play as many notes as you possibly want. I could play 3 notes at the same time. I could play 4 notes at the same time. I could play 6 notes at the same time. I could play 88 notes at the same time. Okay, so that's a little bit silly, but it's technically still a chord, because remember, a chord is multiple notes played at the same time. Guitar is another great instrument to demonstrate notes and chords. Because it has 6 strings, I can choose up to 6 different notes to play at the same time. If I play a string by itself, I can play single notes. If I play all the strings together, I can create chords. And by changing my fingers, I can choose different combinations of notes to make different chords. Guitar also makes it really easy to move from chord to chord quickly if you need to. that brings us to our last segment of this video.
Consonance and dissonance.
Who and what?
Consonance and dissonance.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Don't make me say it again, please.
Some notes sound really nice together. This is called consonance or consonant harmony. Sometimes notes do not sound nice together. This is called dissonance or dissonant harmony. Don't be so certain that dissonance is bad just yet. Dissonance is just another tool in the musician's tool belt. Do you remember dominant and tonic? How dominant always wants to go to tonic? Well, dominant is essentially dissonance, and it wants to go to tonic, which is consonant. Okay, here's our tonic. It's using notes that all sound nice together. Consonant notes. And because they're consonant, they don't feel like moving anywhere. But if I go to my dominant notes, and I play them all at the same time, there's a few notes in here that don't sound good together if you listen. But when these notes go to tonic, it kind of sounds nice. Dissonant to consonant. Some music can sound completely dissonant. The music of Austrian composer Arnold Schoenberg is extremely dissonant and stays dissonant. Let's do a review of all of the things that we learned today about harmony. Harmony, unlike melody, is more than one note or more than one melody happening at the same time. Notes can sound consonant, good together, or they can sound dissonant, bad together. A note is a single sound by itself. A chord is multiple sounds playing at the same time. And the purpose of harmony is like anything else in music. It's a tool that helps a musician or a composer create a certain feeling or to express a certain idea. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.